What is up, my YouTube family? We are back once again today. We are back with another video. Today, we're actually going to be doing a reaction to Power Stroke No Jokes live panel where he had PBR's ex-wife on there. She actually brings forward some receipts, and well, it gets interesting, guys. But without further ado, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe to the channel, it's highly appreciated. Guys, this is crazy. Anyways, let's jump right into the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. So
Well, somebody figured it out.
okay. I'm sorry. What did you say, Yankee?
I said, well, somebody figured it out, or
Yeah.
at least pieces of it. There are things that are missing from this record.
Right.
Yes. Well, I mean, but this is in his own words, so I mean, this would be the easiest way to, set the record straight with this. And I do, like I said, the issues that he slandered you within this video. This will give you a perfect opportunity to fill us all in on what actually happened.
And guys, we all know that he slandered a lot of people, including Mama Church, including Up Church, including keeping on talking about Up Church, guys. This has got actually out there, and the whole conversation, well, is big time, guys. There could actually be a lot of lawsuits here, and PBR thinks it's all on his side, guys. It is not all on his side. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Would you look at that? I mean, failure to yield from a private drive. Well, I was pulling out of the bank in my company truck and looked like I had a clear distance to make it into the turn lane. And some dude shot out of the straight lane into the turn lane and blasted me right in the side.
Of course, it's the other dude's fault.
A ticket there, and my insurance had to pay for his vehicle.
So, okay. So his insurance had to pay for the other person's vehicle, but he was the one at fault, or the other guy was the guy at fault. I'm not understanding.
Oh yeah, well, that's how he made it seem. He's the victim. The other guy was at fault. So he was in a company truck. So he had to pay for the accident, but it was a company-owned vehicle. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. No, it does not make any sense. That's guys. Yeah.
The explanation is completely illogical, right?
Right.
If you're in a company vehicle and you get into an accident, the company pays for that accident, not your own insurance. But anyways, guys, let's jump right back into the video.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So this one here, this is non-support out of Perry County. So does this pertain to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and he lived in Perry County at the time, in Crooksville. So Perry County should have been enforcing the child support orders for all three of his children. So it could have been non-support for two of them and non-support for my son.
Okay. And when you said basically Perry County and Crooksville. So if I'm not mistaken, was that the property that he said that he had not lived in?
Oh, he lived in Crooksville.
Right. But he was. Go ahead, Dad.
Okay, yeah, the Perry Street address, just in his last live. Actually, Hawkeye had kind of blown his cover story for him a little bit when he had mentioned me. Jim had tried to say that they bought this house that he lives in, the Pine Street address, as an investment, and he's never lived in it. And we happen to know that he does, clearly, but Yankee had some insight on that she had shared with us.
Okay.
Yeah, he had bragged to me after he had moved back to Ohio, and we had been in touch. And I don't want to give the wrong impression. There were good times sprinkled throughout the chaos that he created. There were good times with him also. He can be charming and funny and fun. After a while, sucking all the oxygen out of the room constantly and having to be the smartest and talk down to people, it gets old.
And guys, we see that every video with him, talking down to people, had to be the smartest. Like I said, he's the type of boss to actually come inside of a room, and if you're doing a better job than him, he fires you because he feels like that you shouldn't be doing a better job than him. That's what kind of person he is, and that's what his ex-wife was saying here also. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
But Crooksville, yeah, he was bragging to me how he met this woman and she owned a house in Crooksville. And he moved in with her. She had gotten a great deal, some kind of special loan on it. And, you know, dirt cheap mortgage payments. And yeah, he had moved.
Okay.
They were moving on.
Okay, so the house that you're talking about, which is the house that he still lives in currently, it is actually his current wife or girlfriend or whoever she is. She is the one who owns that, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And I believe it is a two bedroom trailer, right?
Yeah, it's a manufactured home, mobile home. It's not that part is a moot point. But I mean,
No,
the
obviously, but what I'm saying is, obviously, it just goes back to touch on the grounds of his blatant lies, just basically trying to claim what he doesn't have.
yes.
That's
You guys, look, there is nothing wrong with, well, living in a trailer house, modular home, apartment, whatever you could afford, as long as you have a roof over your head, that's all that matters. I remember me as a kid, I remember living in houses called the Carr Hartley houses. That's what she actually called them. And you could actually lay in bed and actually see the sun rise and go down, the moon go down at nighttime. That is absolutely no joke, guys. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
that's why I pointed that out.
Yeah,
But I'm okay. So what else did we want to touch on that?
well, so the non-support, she'd let us know that there is more than one child support case that he's being pursued for. Let's hear his explanation of this.
Okay.
Wait a minute, that went by too.
Hey, before I go on to that, Miss Patty Lynn here actually said something very, so basically she said that, he said that he owned 3 rental houses. Do you know anything about that?
I can't see where anybody would give him that kind of credit after a bankruptcy. I never heard he owned anything. So I guess I have no knowledge. He'd have to show the receipts, I guess.
Well, he's 30,000 in arrears on child support. That is going to affect his credit.
Absolutely.
They will not. They're not going to loan you, especially on investment.
What? 30,000 in the rear? What? Psychobabble, what are you doing with yourself? You not see what you should have just told the truth from the beginning, my guy. Why do we have to go down this road? Anyways, guys, let's continue.
Investment property, not a primary residence. You would have to have some pretty stellar credit to get a line of credit to purchase rental houses.
Well, and I don't know if maybe she had something to do with the credit.
I seriously doubt it. Looking at her, she has some credit issues of herself.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
stop. I do believe in one of his lives, because I'm kind of anal retentive. I listen. I remember facts, and I'm kind of statistical.
okay.
He was bragging about buying those properties, now that I recall, in 1999. Well, that would be a neat track, seeing as how he was still in Wisconsin in 1999.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't even in Ohio to be able to buy them. Okay, I got you.
No.
Okay. Now, were you two still together in '99?
99, that's when we had separated. And then he had the apartment the summer of 99 into early fall. Then he moved back into my home with me. And then he disappeared in November of 1999. And we had moved up there, I think, in March. Maybe it was January, February. So he didn't even make it a full year there.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to hear his explanation to this?
Yeah, let him go ahead and roll with it.
All right.
Too fast. Non-support in Perry County, Ohio. Yeah. Actually, I went to court 11 times. My first ex-wife with her mental condition was extremely spiteful. And
Psychobabble, look, every time you have to talk about somebody actually has to be, well, low IQ, mental health, or something wrong. There never could be anything wrong with you, my guy. Not one time can there be. Sometimes you actually got to own up for your wrongs. And then this stuff won't happen to you, Psychobabble. Now, am I slandering Psychobabble's name? I am not, guys. This is all proof brought to the table that people are lying. This is what happens whenever you don't tell the truth. Or, well, whenever you talk about suing everybody that comes along. This is what happens. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back into the video.
And I ended up in court with her 11 times dealing with child support and just her attempts at retaliation. The kids were living with me. Kids were living in my home.
Oh, stop. His two sons from Ohio never lived with him. And, he's slandering his first ex-wife. It is true. She had a major medical event. And he's disclosed it. I wouldn't if he hadn't already. But she did have an aneurysm. It didn't addle her brain. She didn't go crazy. She wasn't being irrational. She wasn't spiteful. She was concerned for her son's well-being because she didn't trust him. Her and I became friendly and eventually became friends. She knew that the boys came to visit us in Mississippi. She felt okay about it because she said, I know you're there and nothing will happen to them. But the way he talks about her and insults her and runs her down is just wrong.
Is this the woman that he referred to as a vegetable?
Yeah, she's not a vegetable. I talked to her less than a month ago. Actually, she messaged me today. And we just haven't caught back up.
Guys, look, as we know, we never want both of our exes to talk to each other. That is not a good thing, but you put both them heads together, boy, are we in trouble. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Gotcha.
She is not a vegetable. She is not spiteful. She is a very loving mom of two adult young men. She asks about my son and how he's doing, and he's a young man now. He's not a child.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for shedding some light on that.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't like how he slanders people.
Yeah, it's absolutely uncalled for sure.
It's in a reckless manner, so yeah.
Yeah. All right. Should we let him go on with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear what he has to say.
He was getting paid child support. And I couldn't get a hearing. I kept applying for a hearing and I kept applying for a hearing and I kept getting denied because I was paying $236 a week in child support, but the kids were living with me. And so I thought, I'll just get their attention. I'll quit paying. That way I'll get drug into court, and then I'll be able to tell the judge what's going on. And it worked perfectly, by the way. I did get the hearing. The judge did see what was going on, and she had to pay back a large, she had to pay me $5,800. So if you go read the outcome of that case, Doper Dad, it'll show that, yeah, I won that case. She had to pay me. Possession of marijuana in 2008. That one was 2000. No, that one. Yeah, I got a call.
Look, guys, is there anything wrong with marijuana? No, it is not. Especially if you're using it for, well, medical purposes. It's proven fact that people coming back from Vietnam and other acts of war or war actually smoke it, and they actually, well, their PTSD is gone, guys. So there's nothing against marijuana. So this one right here, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, let's jump right back into the video.
At 1 o'clock in the morning, my son had been pulled over in a car that I'd bought him 2 months earlier, and they were arresting him. I had to come get the car. They were going to impound it. And I was a pissed off son of a bitch. And I was speeding, pulled over for speeding, and they found papers, rolling papers, and a roach in the ashtray. And I was charged with possession. At that point in my life, in 2008, I hadn't smoked marijuana myself for almost, probably 10 years.
Stop.
I quit.
Go ahead.
Back in the day, I mean, I was working corporate jobs. I was very against regular use. I almost got my head taken off in Mississippi because I came across what I now realize was a large container of marijuana. He was smoking marijuana when I knew him. I didn't know he was. I found marijuana after he took off from Wisconsin and went back to Ohio. I found marijuana out in my second garage. That was his as well, hidden in the rafters. So I don't know where he's saying he wasn't a regular user. He's just full of crap.
Okay. Yeah, I mean absolutely. You know, it just goes to add to the list of blatant lies he just has, right? So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this continue.
I quit smoking weed when I was 30, and then didn't smoke again until the battle with cancer, because a lot of the jobs that when you were working at the level I was working, they drug test you and that sort of thing, especially if you got a company vehicle and the insurance company requires that you be drug tested. So I just give up on altogether, and that really pissed me off. But yeah, I'm guilty of that for sure. I was driving the car and it was in there. I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm a stopper. TR light. I don't know what that is.
It's traffic control light. But anyway,
I got that.
Right. TRF CNTRL light.
Red light, buddy.
Right. It's traffic control light. It's just abbreviations, Jim.
I just couldn't tell you. You can see that it's associated with the same case, but I don't know. Intoxication in 2005. Intoxication. What do you suppose that would be?
That's the guy who said he doesn't drink.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I'm the drinker. I'm the one who's always sloshed.
Yeah.
And that's actually what PsychobabbleRapp said, guys. Is this woman that's talking right now, his ex-wife, was always on drugs and was always drunk and drinking. I wonder why. Because now you have somebody actually telling the story of your receipts that you're showing, trying to make yourself look good, Psychobabble. So now your ex-wife automatically becomes the person that you don't like anymore and the alcoholic. Again, admit to your own wrongs and you can move on with yourself. You've done this. Nobody else done this for you or to you. You got yourself in this hole, PsychobabbleRapp, and you continue to make a fool of yourself every single day. Am I saying to go to his channel and actually tell him off or write him nasty messages or anything? I am not. Don't do that. What I am saying, PsychobabbleRapp, is you got yourself in a mess you actually can get yourself out of very easily. Stop talking about people. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Well, yeah, I mean, he'd try to twist that any way that he could. So, but yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Oh, okay. Is this the one? Okay, so this is something we wanted to touch on. So basically, he has a disorderly persistent, which is what? It's like arguing with a cop or something, right, Dad?
Yeah, that's what I would interpret that to be. I mean, as a persistent, it means that he would have been warned on the scene,
Okay.
and persisted to be disorderly.
Right.
I mean, it's police have such a great amount of discretion; they can word it any way they can. Just to be clear on that.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to remember exactly what it was that we wanted to touch on this one.
Well, he has like well, it's not. I don't think it's this one. I think it's the one that's like in '99 where he's got a couple of them, or maybe it is. Let it play. Where he had a couple of them like real close together, like one in May, and like one in April, one in May, and
Okay.
it looked like they were two different charges.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. So we'll let it play.
Disorderly persisting, Perry County in 2005. Let me tell you what happened. Me and my wife, we had been living together, but not married yet. And we went to a state park for the day. And we
this one for sure. But go ahead, let him finish that.
Now, before we go any further with this, mind you, pay attention to what PsychobabbleRapp is saying here, guys. And boy, does this get juicy, guys. Well, I guess anyways, I don't know really what to say about this situation, but juicy may not be the part you actually want to the right word you want to say, I guess. But anyways, guys, let's jump right back into the video.
Long trail down by the lake. There wasn't anybody around. I mean, there was just nobody around. And, one thing led to another. Next thing you know, we're having sex. And a game warden walked up on us. And he thought he was going to get away with making my wife stand there with no shirt on while he ID'd us. And I flat out told him she was going to put her shirt on or him and I were going to fight. And that's where that charge.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, PsychobabbleRapp. But the story you're telling, is it 100% the truth? Because all the rest of it, well, your ex-wife is here to actually tell us the true story about what she knows about the story that you're actually, well, trying to tell us the truth about. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Charge came from, as well as the next one.
Okay, so I want to point out that last one, obviously, is disorderly persisting. It's in Perry County, Ohio. And then the next one,
as well as the next one.
He just said as well as the next one. This one here is in Muskingum.
Muskingum County is how you would pronounce it, I believe.
Okay, well, that's a totally different.
Is there a date on that one?
There is not.
Okay.
Okay.
I have the date of it.
Yeah, we've got the date.
Get into the. I have some details on it and some dates, and I'll give you an opportunity here. I've got it pulled up, so we're going to take a look at this. Well, clearly those two. Let's lead into that. not get ahead of ourselves. They are in 2 different counties and 2 different dates, so they are not related to one another.
Right.
He wanted to breeze over this, and for good reason. I can understand after we finding out what we know. Basically, the date of this, it occurred. The public indecency is what I'm speaking about. Now, this happened on May the 4th of 2001. And I'm assuming that would have been a Friday. We could roll a calendar back because it would have went to court on 5/7 of 2001, which would explain the 3-day. And it is for public indecency. And I do have a list of dates, and I have the docket entries pulled up. The case was filed with the court 5/7, 2001. He was set for trial on 5/9 of 2001. A subpoena, was issued to Officer Lindsay. Officer Doug Lindsley returned that subpoena. He answered with a proof of service on 6/15 of 2001. So on 6/20, 2001, he entered a not guilty plea, and he was found guilty, either at a bench trial or a jury trial. His sentence was 30 days, with 25 of those suspended, with 2 special conditions: no repeats for 2 years and probation for 2 years. He had a return sentencing date for 8/14, 2001, with roughly $550 in fines. But the explanation of his I don't even know how we would explain that, but
I was shown a police report for that one.
Okay, guys, see, he did get in trouble for that one. So, guys, look, whenever you do the crime, you do the time, right? And it seems like he actually did the time for that one. So I'm just going to let that one pass too. But what we're about to hear, guys, blows this whole thing apart. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
By someone, they had gone and gotten a police report, and it had nothing to do with the woman he is married to, lives with. It involved a park official or some official capacity, observing him with his pants down around his ankles. And as they approached, another guy ran off, and they didn't catch him, but he didn't get away, and so he got arrested.
So he was in, so let me get this straight. So he was in a park, I guess this state park here, with another man, and the other guy ran off.
Yeah, he was observed someplace, and they described the person that ran off as another man, and he had his pants down around his ankles.
Oh, wow. So that right there would explain the narcissistic behavior and him trying to throw.
Nope. Later, guys. What did we just hear? What did we just hear? Do you guys hear? Did you guys hear that? Psychobabble, just tell the truth. We don't hate you, bro. We don't hate you. Just tell the truth to us. Anyways, guys, let's get right back to the video. I almost walked away on that one. Let's get right back to the video.
Throw the jab of him saying, "Well, man, I don't have a timestamp or a screen recording or a screenshot, but PowerStroke has Grindr on his phone." Right. Well, okay, so obviously he doesn't have any proof of that, guys, and so everything as far as him being narcissistic, he portrayed that onto me, but in reality, this is the reality of it.
He projects on everyone.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we have a recorded incident of latent homosexuality that fits perfectly with his narcissistic personality disorder.
I don't know. Maybe they were checking for ticks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure there will be anything but what it actually was. I could definitely understand why he would want to skip over this, or whatever his explanation was, as far-fetched as it sounds. But 2 guys in a park sounds a lot more plausible to me, knowing what I know right now.
Well, like I said, the police report I read, it did not, it said that, but they didn't catch the person, so maybe it was a woman dressed in men's clothing. I don't know.
Let's hope for his sake.
All right, guys, look. Anytime you actually have people and you're arguing with someone, always tell the truth, guys. Never come with secrets, guys, because this stuff happens, well, in real life, and we're seeing it now. And look, PsychobabbleRapp, next time you have something to say about somebody's father, and they just runt everything, talking about a girl and everything, think about what you say before you say it. And besides the point, whenever you think about bullying PsychobabbleRapp, you still have Xanime's name in your mouth to actually, well, prove your bullying is you actually in your brain thinking that your bullying is true with her name? Do you think that? Because she has a different thought about that. She said it too. I've seen you in your video today actually talk about all that stuff over and over again. It's enough. Anyways, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to leave you with that thought. Boy, was that a boom above your head. If I could have a sign, I would. Anyways, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channel's highly appreciated. Salute to Creek Squad, Rebel Nation. I love you guys. YouTube family, I love you guys. Your boy Deuces is out. Thank you, guys.